Ah, yes, the sun's going down over all of our failed projects, but it seems like a good time to start a video, right? People like it when I do that and then run out of daylight. So that's what I'm gonna do right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Rusty Oliver Man. And out here, growing up in the weeds, is 1650, which got parked here and then just forgotten about again. It happens. And it won't run now. It will not run a lick. And the reason is because I had to rob parts off of it the other day to get somebody else going. Yeah. So, if you may or may not recall, I worked on a 1650 at that dairy farm. And it had a Mallory distributor. This exact one, as a matter of fact. And we took points and stuff out of one that I had and put it in there. And I wasn't really satisfied with it still. I kind of figured that it probably wasn't going to last because this distributor is pretty wore out. And so I told him there, I don't know if it was on video or not, but I told the guy that was there, I said, hey, I'll put this in here to get you going, but I said, it's probably going to need a different distributor. And, you know, he said, well, whatever, we got to get going, so make it happen. So that's what I did. And they ran for maybe a week or two. I don't even know. I've lost track of time. And the other day he called and he said, hey, it won't start. So I went over there. The guy was sitting on the tractor waiting to go, hoping I'd just fix it and he'd go. And I messed and messed and messed with those points. And to no avail. I mean, they were... It was impossible to keep them set right. Something's not right in there. So I said, okay. I said, I told your brother that the only solution I have is I'm going to put a different distributor in it. And he said, whatever it takes. So I came home and I took the one out of this tractor because it's only been in there for probably, I don't know what, maybe 5 hours or at the most. I mean, we put it in here a while back and this tractor's done nothing. So I thought, you know, whatever, pulled this one out, took it over there, put it in. He took off to the field, working great. So I put this one in the hole here just to keep the dirt and stuff out. And actually, this may not be the one out of his. This might be the one that I had that was a spare. And I put it, the stuff that I robbed the parts out of last time, I stuffed it in the hole here so that we wouldn't get dirt in it. And so now I've got brand new up here on the hood in this cardboard box. Perhaps. I unwrapped it already, so it would, in theory, it shouldn't be hard to get out of the box. Come on. But I got another one of these, and they're super awesome. Delco style distributor with a tack drive, and see, it also takes the old style points and stuff, so it's a lot easier to find parts for. That Mallory, I always have to order them. Nobody locally keeps them on hand, so... And they're expensive, whereas these are not. So, yeah, we're going to try to make this run again. Oh, yeah, see all the crusty nastiness? That's the set of points that we pulled out of that other tractor the first time. The biggest thing of this is you have to remember which way the rotor is pointing. Okay? And in this case... the rotor is pointing that way. That wasn't a very good point for you. It's pointing that way. And the nice thing about this is you got a 50% chance because these distributors are slotted. So it's either right or it's 180 degrees out. There is no in between. So what we got to do with the new one then is we've got to take the cap off, and I need to everything is so since it's new, it's really hard to get the stuff off of there because everything is so tight. All right. All right, get in there. Get in there. There. The bad thing about these, the heater hoses, or I call them heater hoses, but I guess they're technically cooler hoses for the hydropower. They're running right in your way. And if they're shorter, they're even worse to deal with, because then they're right on top of the distributor. So, I don't know. One of those things that makes it slightly more difficult, and it makes it slightly difficult for you to see whilst filming what's happening. But basically all I'm doing right now is I'm tightening these clamp bolts just enough that we can still turn it, but you know what I'm saying. I want to be able to turn it, but I want it to be able to hold it tight enough that it doesn't immediately turn when I start it up the first time. So that takes a little bit of time, especially this one in between the oil filter and there. And like I said, you'd be able to see better if I had an extra hand holding the camera right where you need to be in my face, or the heater hoses were out of the way, or this cap. Now, I put the plug wires back on this so that I would not forget what order they were in, because I didn't want to have to spend a lot of time sorting that out. You could easily sort that out, but it's a lot easier if you just... The two things to remember if you're going to pull the distributor are which way the rotor was pointed and what order the plug wires were in it. You know, at least if you have... oh, the tack cable is junk on this one. Interesting. I did not know that. I guess I did know that, and I should have ordered two the other day when I ordered one. But that's okay. We'll deal with that later. It'll keep dirt out this way. All right, we're gonna go this one, going back here. And I didn't realize that I don't have my usual good wires on there, you know. These are new wires I put on at some point, but they're not the typical ones that I usually use. But they were running when we took them off, so in theory they should be running. Okay, I know. I know you see me, but that's enough of that. Donkeys, I tell you. I don't like how that feels. Come on. Let's... There. Now we got to put this on, and I didn't bring something to do that with. Wasn't that foolishness? Let me run back over here to the pickup and grab such a thing, and then hopefully we'll be able to hear this run. And hopefully, you know, in a minute we'll have a tractor that's back together. So let me go grab that, and I will be right back. All right, I wasn't sure what size it was, so I brought several. And that's good, because I would have guessed wrong, and I bet I'm still wrong, because I bet it's metric. That blows the big Knudsen, don't it, friends? So I wonder if there's a pliers in here. Oh, look at that. I strike out twice in a row. But I knew this tool would do it. Okay. All right, we should be ready to try it. Now I do want to point out that if you were going to change the distributor or pull the distributor on a tractor that you have never heard run, you might find it in such a way where when you try to adjust the timing, this would hit the block and it's not going to work. So what you'd have to do in that case is pull this out to where you want it and then move all your spark plug wires over one hole so that you have the room that you need. That's a common thing, you know. Oh look, birds trying to build a nest under my seat. Me going in barehanded pulling out said nest. That's actually a violent nest. Probably gonna have flat tires now. They got thorn sticks. Jeez, stupid birds. Wish they'd all go west for the winter. Okay. Come on, baby doll, you ain't run in a while. Aw, really? Is it because my cable's loose? Yeah. It's about time for a new end on that because all it does is Alright friends, so you put in a new distributor and it doesn't run. What do? Well, you check some stuff. For A, I've had a lot of trouble before with brand new points not wanting to fire. They need like sanding on. Brand new points, mind you. So we're gonna do a double check. It could be way out of time, but I don't think it is. I thought that I was pretty careful when I put it back together of how everything was pointing. Yeah, I don't think it's firing, friends. It's gonna be hard to do with all metal tools, but it ain't sparking in the places that it needs to. There we go. Come on. It would be nice if I had brought my points file with me. Nope. Let me go get the points file, and it sounds like I'm going to be getting the jump box too, because it sounds like we aren't going to have much success. It's going to be dark any second, and then you won't be able to see, but it would be nice to hear it run. Alright, I have to say, the other day I was in the auto parts store, and I saw this point file, and it was only $1.98. So I'm willing to try something for $1.98. It's better than the emery boards because it cuts on both sides, see? Now, is it still doing its thing though? I think it is now. All right. Let's try that. It may need more. I don't know what it is, but the new points have like a glaze on them or something, and then it doesn't want to play ball nicely. So, such is life, friends. Such is life. I'll point you at that for no reason, but come on, baby doll. I'm getting nothing out of you. What's the deal? is what we want. Let's see if it'll restart. Oh, moo to you. Yep. All right. Okay, so we're gonna call that a success. I'm gonna move it out of here tomorrow when it's daylight. But I don't think there's probably very much in this video, so we're gonna do this same exact process a second time in the daylight. And that is, I ordered another one of these distributors for that 1655. And I've always wanted to put one in there. So this time when I ordered one, I ordered two. And now I should be able to make that happen. So in theory, I could look at all those things. Look at them gathered. They hear the sound of the tractor and they think food is coming. But they have food out there, so they shouldn't think that. But at any rate, this one's fixed now. It's back like it was, so that's good. And we'll work on the other one in the daylight. All right, it's the next day, so now we're gonna do the same thing to this tractor, because it's something I've wanted to do for a while, because for whatever reason, I don't know if it was, I don't know how it happened or why or what, but this has no tack drive in it at all in the actual distributor. It is the center, like the core is missing. So that's quite interesting. Also, I noticed something here that I didn't. Well, usually you got to make sure your hour meter isn't stuck if it hasn't been running for so long. But I noticed that this cable is actually good. So, new wrinkle in the situation. I can't stick you where I normally would. There we go. This tractor has that white trim and it won't let my magnet stick where I normally stick you. But anyway, what I'm getting at here is, if I can make sure that that gauge isn't stuck, I might be able to salvage this cable. And that's good, because then the cable that I bought could go on the other one. I don't know. We'll find out. Another thing I should have done and didn't is I should have got new spark plug wires, because we're potentially going to have that issue. But that is neither here nor there. We'll figure that out in a little bit. Take it all in, friends. Like I said before, this isn't necessarily difficult. You just need to make sure which way your rotor's pointed, and then the orientation of your cap, so you know where to put what wires on the new distributor. Because you could put them in any position you want. You just need to make sure they're where they need to be. So the rotor part's easy, because like I said on the other one, you've got two choices. It's either right or it's 180 off. So, at any rate, this distributor's been in here a long time. When the original one messed up, that's what this one got. And it was a problem since it was new. We fought and fought and fought adjustment on those points. And Grandpa and Dad never could get it quite right. And it would burn up points and you'd have trouble and this and that and the other. And finally I put this set of points in it, and it's been that way ever since. So I don't know what I did different. But Again, you would think that a guy would grab the right tool, but I didn't. We just got to remember what was where. It was pretty well forward, and the latch was number 3 on that side of the latch. So that would have put it about right there. So that's about where number 3 needs to be when we go back together. Look at all that dirt. We don't want that in our motor, but we're not going to mess with that, because I'm afraid if we go raking around on it, we're going to dump it in there, and I don't want that. They do a really nice job of wrapping these for shipping, so I appreciate that. Oh yeah, I should, and I need to do that on that other one too, although it's only run just a second. But I do need to grease them. They're put together with assembly lube. There's a tag in there that says that, but it needs to be lubricated with whatever it's supposed to have. So in other words, gun grease. Okay, you're supposed to go in there. You're supposed to be in there somewheres. Come on, baby. Okay, come on. We're struggling today. Why are we struggling today? No, that's not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be. Okay. Yeah, it should be. Well, now that don't make sense, does it? Come on. Well, friends, why am I struggling? This usually is not like this. Is it because I got something else I should be doing and I thought I would hurry through this and be done? Or what? What is happening? Okay. This ain't good. That almost looks kind of mangled. If anything, the one I got looks... That's interesting. Actually, it looks offset. I was thinking you could put them in backwards, but I don't think you can. I think you can only put them in the one way. But something's not right in Denmark on this one. I don't understand. I mean, I'm getting... No. See, it feels like it wants to go, but in a different place. And that ain't gonna work. How can this be, friends? I told you one thing and I might be a liar because it's not, something ain't right. This one was in there like this. Right like that. Okay, so that is a problem, but I'm not sure why it's a problem. Okay, if I put the, look at how much difference there is if I put the bottom end the same way. So something is wrong in this old distributor. Like, I bet it's, has it sheared off and been re-drilled at some point in its life? I don't remember that happening, but we're about to have a serious reflection on life's troubles here. Normally this does not happen, but that's what my issue is. I have a feeling is that the curse of this tractor continues. And it may not let me do it. It may have to be 180. It does, doesn't it? Oh, What a joke, friend. That's the only way it'll go in there. Okay, friends, well, all is not lost, but now I got to do some serious life reflection here, because I'm going to be way, way out of time if I do that. Because this is the way that that one was. So let's say it was pointing between, it was almost to number 1. Oh geez. Okay, it was almost to number 1. So if I put this on here, if it was almost to number 1, then that means number 1 should be out here. I think I opened up a can of worms with this project. So I'm going to say that this is my new number 1 hole. And I would say that I'm going to be getting new spark plug wires too. So 1. And then the next one would be 5. And then 3. That one's very corrody. Geez, friends. I've really screwed the Knutson this time. Good grief. I need to get new plug wires. And okay, this one's 3 now. I'm gonna just have to get plug wires right away, because this ain't gonna work. I bet it's gonna have a miss in it. 1, 5, 3. Next one should be 6. And then 2. And then 4. That one's corrody too. You can't win them all, friends. I'd just like to win a few. I can't seem to do that lately. New wires is definitely in the future for this. That sucked. That didn't go anything like what. But doesn't it look like somebody's been in here and maybe this twisted off? Like sheared the, I've heard of them doing that before. And maybe somebody has had it apart and done something to it, but that's very bizarre. Maybe that's when the little piece was messed up. And then maybe again, maybe the guy who put it in that way, and it was that way this whole time. I don't know, but we're gonna hope that we fixed a problem here, maybe, because I can't believe that. I can't believe that that's been that way. And we're gonna be way off on our timing now. I just know it. We're gonna have to work to get it started, probably. Just figure out where we are. So basically, 2 out of 3 tractors this procedure will work on without a problem. But the third one, you're gonna have trouble. Because I have done this a bunch using that same method, and I've never had the issue that I just had with this one. I have never had one where it was not gonna go. And now I got another issue, which is my wire ain't gonna be long enough. Oh, fun. I enjoy struggling. Struggling's my favorite. Come on, play ball. Maybe. See, I'm not going to be able to adjust it. Is the problem that's going to happen. Is what's going to happen. This is not my best work, and it's not my fault. It's problems. I want to try to run it, and I'm going to probably redo all this, and maybe to tune it up I'll just get a different coil and all that too. But this is just not playing nice, friends. Everything about this has been a struggle bus. And it's weird that it's on the one that we bought new. It's the one that I'm having the worst luck with. And let's see if we can get it to start. And then we'll go from there and figure out what our plan is. It's amazing the struggles that one has trying to do a simple project that he thought would only take a little bit. And see, or we should probably lock the brake. Alright. Yeah, we're not even close to right. Let's try. Let's try to go this way. You know, we should have learned from our yesterday's experience. We forgot to sand the points, because we know it's not going to run like this. Brand new. Oh, boys. Let's try this. Come on. Oh, there's grease on them. That might be part of our problem. I am struggling. Struggling's my favorite. Let's see if we have sparkage. Oh yeah, now we do. All right. Let's put this back together. I just can't believe how far off that other one was. Let's see what we get now. Come on, baby doll. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to make me a longer wire, because I think I gotta go back more this way. Or what I could do, let's see, I want to move the distributor that way, so I need to move everything over one hole. This is what I was talking about. I guess this is good for you because this shows what I mean. If you want your tack drive and stuff to be in a certain orientation, then you have to, whoops, you have to physically move every wire over by one to get what you want. Oh man. And see, I think that I'm gonna fall somewhere like here. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. All right. Now, if I do this right, get in there. Get in there. 1, 5, 3, 6, 2, 4. Distributor is turned, so let's see if it runs now. Uh-oh, battery cable came loose or something. Let me see what happened there. Do we even know? No, we don't. Let's try. I think we're going to be right about there. Let's see what that got us. To warm up, because see, it's stumbling a little when you jam it wide open, and that's not the distributor's fault, because you can sneak up on it and get it to go. All right, now the next affair on this would be, should we just go for broke and see if the tachometer actually will tachometer? It's either going to work or it's going to twist off. I think it's going to twist off. Well, that's sweet. That ain't worked in like 35 years. That's the whole reason I did this, was just for that moment right there of having the gauge work again. Of course, now I won't be able to remember the number because for a long time it was 38,652. So 3,800 hours and 2/10. That is snazzy. Awesome. All right, another runner and another one of these for the garbage pile. This is the worst one. I have hated this distributor for years, and today's finally the day. So that's cool. I probably still will get new wires and maybe a different coil and just totally go through it. Everything else is new in it, new distributor, new plugs, so why wouldn't we make it all the way new? But that is awesome. All right, I'm not done yet in this video. I got one more thing we're gonna do. I will show you this. I found one of these, so we might swap that out at some point. That is the more original style, instead of this thing that's got those large round holes in it. I don't know if you can see that or not. I guess if I was any kind of a guy, I'd just pull this off. But you see, that ain't right. From the factory, it had this other thing, but that got crushed when the barn fell in on it, when it was parked over at Dad's one winter, and that was the end of that. So everything, muffler, that got mangled. This hood got crushed somewhere about here. It's still got some ripples in it from that, but I don't know. So there's that, but that's not what I want to do. I ordered this for this tractor because I thought I would need it to get it going, and it turns out this cable works fine and the one on the other one doesn't. So let's see if we can slap this in there real quick, and then you know, we might have us something. So this is kind of a bummer because I have replaced this cable before and it's junk. So I don't know what the deal is there, but we're gonna have to take the dash loose. Gonna have to figure out how I routed that too. Oh, it's extra long. Okay. Let's put you there. I'll probably have to stop and get another battery here before we're done. I don't imagine it would just work, you know. Don't want to lose these original dash screws. Yeah, this one, I don't know when it's been broke, but it's got 7,000 hours on it. And it worked for just a little bit, and now it doesn't work again, so that's probably closer to like 27,000 hours, because it's got a ton on it. Can we get there? Yes. And I see something that I did, which I'm probably going to have to do again. I'll explain in a minute. Unless I can feed the cable, and I probably cannot do that. You know what? Didn't I know about this already? Because didn't somebody bring me a cable or a center for the cable? I'm pretty sure they did. I'm pretty sure that I knew about this. And that one viewer brought me a core for a cable. Well, so maybe this was on my list of things to do, and it just never happened. We're gonna struggle. We're not gonna get anywhere here. Come on. Yeah, tachometer turns freely, so it's just a cable issue. And I'm hoping I can just do that number there. But what I did that I saw, and I probably don't have anything handy to do that again, I actually put a zip tie back here so that this nut wouldn't fall all the way down, because that's what's going to happen. So I need to try to find a zip tie, and perhaps I don't know, perhaps something. I'm going to put this end in, only because I'm having trouble keeping everything straight here. That ain't working right there. Time will tell whether that was a good maneuver. But see, that's going to be close, but it's still going to be a little long. If I try to stuff this up in there, that's just going to keep going, and that's going to cause us problems. So let me find that, and I might even wrap the whole thing with like electrical tape to keep that dry, or not dry, but not get dirt jammed down in there on the way up. I don't think I could go the other direction down because that nut is bigger. I think I discovered that once before. So let me go grab some supplies right quick. All right, can we get this without taking sheet metal loose? Come on. The other one came out. Why can't you go in? I think it's gonna go. If it it's going the wrong direction, but I can see it. See if I can get my hands there to grab it. Come on. Now. Enough games. All we gotta do is contort our body in a weird way. I'm gonna recycle this. People are gonna laugh and say, why would you do that? But is that gonna stop that? Perhaps. I don't want that to get away from me, because that sucks if it does. Then you gotta do it all over again. Let's give it one tightening for good measure. Alright. Let's see. I'm sure the battery's not hooked up. Why would it be? Whilst I'm over here, let me just go ahead and stick these back in. It's either going to work or it's not, and there's nothing more I can do, so I might as well put it back together. All right, moment of truth. Battery cable. Really need to get that fixed. Let's try that. Ah, battery cable, you're starting to annoy me. Let's leave you there. Yes. There we go. Charge the old battery, see? But we accomplished something. We got 2 distributors changed, and we fixed the tack cable on this, which, if I can find that core back that guy gave me, then this one would be usable as well. But pretty awesome. All I had to do was part out something of mine, and then, you know, wait a few days and I could make my stuff better. So that's where we are. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.